what he deals with every single day. I want you guys to show him how much we appreciate their potential partnership in the fight against childhood obesity with us. Help me welcome to the stage from Children's Hospital Los Angeles, first-time visalus, Dr. Middleman. Give him some love, everybody!
Probably not your normal everyday office.
Not quite.
But Dr. Middleman, I appreciate the time we've spent together over the last couple months. Maybe just share from your mind, your heart, some of the things you deal with on a day-to-day basis at CHLA when it comes to work.
Yeah, I would be glad to. I am thrilled to be here to be able to talk to you about my passion about childhood obesity. As you've heard, obesity is arguably the ¡1 health concern in the United States today. I mean, it's estimated that $190 billion are spent every year taking care of patients because of their obesity. Now, this is a huge burden to the healthcare community, a huge burden to our economy, to our workforce, even our military. And you know what? I hate to be the one to tell you this, but unless things change, this is not going to get better. Why? Because as you heard, obesity is now affecting our children. 1 in 6 kids are now suffering from obesity. And you know what? When kids are obese, they tend to grow up and become what? Obese adults, exactly. And you know, unlike the current generation of obese adults, these kids, by the time they're in their 30s and 40s, they're going to have decades of obesity under their belt, pardon the pun. We don't even know what this long-term obesity in this high prevalence is going to do to our economy, to our healthcare system. So at Children's Hospital, I take care of kids all the time who are struggling with their weight. Take Victor, for example. So a patient of ours, Victor, was born healthy, nice lean kid, doing great, but then started to pack on the pounds a little bit when he was a kid. And you know, his family had immigrated, so his grandparents grew up without a lot of food, and so they wanted him to eat. They wanted him to finish what's on his plate in 10 seconds and get a little chubby and be healthy. Well, unfortunately, Victor, by the time he was in 10th grade, he developed diabetes. And we're talking type 2 diabetes. So this is what we used to call adult onset diabetes, but we can't call it anymore now because now kids are getting this adult onset diabetes. So now it's type 2 diabetes. So poor Victor, in high school, awkward stage in his life, and now not only does he have to worry about his grades and fitting in and deciding what kind of man he wants to grow up to be, he's also got to worry about what's his blood sugar? And how much insulin does he need? And will the other kids make fun of him if they see him giving himself a shot? These are things that kids should not have to deal with, particularly not for something that can be prevented. And it's not just diabetes, but kids are struggling with obesity and it's causing them to have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, liver problems, joint problems. Starting to sound like your grandparents, right? Kids should not be dealing with these kind of problems, especially when it's preventable. So why is obesity such a big problem? Well, you saw some of it earlier. We have designed, in our world, in our country in particular, the perfect environment to cause obesity. I'm going to say that again. We have designed the perfect environment to cause obesity. Our world is full of salty and sugary and fatty, high-calorie foods, which are more accessible, they're cheaper, and oftentimes they taste better than the healthy alternatives that are out there. If you've ever watched children's programming on TV, if you can stomach it, you'll see that every other commercial is a commercial for some sugary cereal or for some fast food restaurant. So these kids are being inundated with these messages. And then at school, PE's being cut down. They don't have time to exercise. They get home, they have to do their homework, and then all they do is exercise their thumbs with their video games. We need to change the environment. So at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, as Blake mentioned, we're building an obesity program. We have a personalized obesity clinic where we're working one patient, one family at a time to help cure obesity, help prevent it. We're also reaching out to community partners. We're looking at faith-based organizations, clinics, schools, to see what we can do together to help fight this epidemic. And as Blake mentioned, working together is really the key to making a dent in this huge problem. Now, Blake and his wife, Karis, were generous enough to give some money to support our program. And as he mentioned, we're working together. Yeah. And as he mentioned, we're working together to see how they can best help us in our mission, how we can help each other in our missions to fight childhood obesity. Only together can we really make a difference. So I am really excited and thrilled that Visalus has stepped up, putting childhood obesity up there on the map. They're putting their efforts, as you'll see, on the front lines, helping kids and their families deal with obesity, and they're also putting it on the map, so letting everybody know what a big problem this is. Now, so yes, Visalus deserves an applause. Before I get off the stage, and I could stand here and talk all day about statistics and about the problems, but I won't, don't worry. I need to ask you for help. So you have all come here because you've challenged yourself and you made the decision that you want to be healthier, you want to make yourself healthier. And you guys should be proud of that. Who's proud? Anybody proud? You guys are amazing. But I'm asking you to step up even more, a little bit further. Look beyond yourself, but look out and see what's around you. Do you have kids or nephews or nieces who maybe are struggling with obesity or maybe are heading in that direction, who need a role model? Maybe you can be that role model. Maybe you can show them about your own struggles and how you're succeeding. Do you have neighbors or friends who have kids that maybe need some help being motivated to join a sport or to play outside? Maybe you can be that person. But most importantly, you can help Visalus, help Children's Hospital Los Angeles, help our nation by bringing this conversation up every chance you get. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your legislature and congressmen that this is the most important issue to you, and you're stepping up and you want them to step up too. So, thank you very much.
Dr. Middleman from Children's Hospital.